Our friend Brenda Malden is, where can I find you and Ann? And so I'm writing on Facebook Live.
On our Facebook pages, here we are.
Our Facebook pages. Good morning, Ann. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Kyle?
Back to work, back to business.
After our 3-day weekend. Well, which really wasn't a 3-day weekend, but for the world it was. I haven't finished celebrating. I'm wearing my 4th of July scarf.
I wore red, white, and blue all weekend, so I'm now back to various other colors. Tell me what you did this weekend for fun and for work, if anything.
Well, I got to spend good time with my family, and that was my fun. You know how we work usually 7 days a week in the spring, so I took some time to clean my condo. That was my relaxation. And they were setting off fireworks in the park since there were not city fireworks. So we heard fireworks virtually all weekend long. That was great. And then the dogs did not get too riled up, which was a blessing. And then, of course, I worked. I had a showing on Friday, and I had 2 open houses yesterday. So it was a busy weekend. How about you? What'd you do?
I spent a lot of time with friends, reconnecting with friends that I haven't seen because of the lockdown, which was wonderful. And I played a lot of tennis.
Nice.
And I worked on developing or editing some video of my listing on Hudson. And
Great.
I realized that that's hard to do. I mean, it's easy, but it's also hard. So it was good.
I think it's kind of like having a designer's eye. You have to have the capacity. I took some marvelous footage of Grant Park thinking that I was going to do a video. And then I found myself looking up the history of the statues and stuff. And so then I would like talk about it, which to me was interesting. But then when I replayed it, I found it snoring boring. So, you know, like you, I think I need to send it off to somebody to give it a happy, upbeat kind of.
Yes, a little edit some of it out. That's my thing.
Seated Lincoln. It was at the 1915 San Francisco Art Show. Anyway.
But it was interesting.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
It'll happen. Oh, dear.
So let's start this morning with some hot sheet.
Yeah, go to the hot sheet. You want to do some Gold Coast hot sheet for us? Show us what's going on.
I have to share my screen before any of this makes any sense. Hold on. Share. And voila. So this is the 7-day Gold Coast hot sheet. So it looks like a ton of activity, but and it is, especially in the attached singles. As we've talked about, attached are condos, co-ops, townhouses, communal living, right. And detached are houses. So we saw that one detached property, one house, went under contract, and
is that a lot or not a lot?
That's, well, the houses in the Gold Coast are really expensive. And so sometimes those are slower to go because they are often very expensive. This was not expensive, but it is also right outside my window. And it is a sliver of a house. And it's been on the market for years. And it's almost unlivable. But
reduced price by a lot before it went
by
out.
A lot, but it was also sold, interestingly, as various categories. It was offered as a commercial property. It was offered as a house. And I think the fact that they didn't know how to position it in the market may have, and also charged way too much for what it is, played into the long journey to contract. But if you see here, we've got, so we've got only 3 new houses, and they're all in the multi-million-dollar price range. The lowest price is $2.3 million.
That text is a little small. Oh, they're on the 2 to 3 million, you say? Okay.
Yeah, there's one that's 2.3 million. That's the lowest price one, and that went on the market at the start of the month. On Canada Day. And then for attached singles, so condos, co-ops, townhouses,
Right.
20 went under contract during this period. And then 30 came on the market, ranging in price from 139,900 for a studio
In
to
Streeterville.
almost 3.2 million in the Four Seasons building.
Right, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 3-bedroom for, $3 million, $1 million a bedroom. And then you'll see where is it? Where are the closed? Canceled, excuse me, canceled, 24 canceled. And I'm gonna have a question for you after this. And then 12 properties actually sold, closed sale. And those ranged in price from 187,000 to almost 1.5 million. So that's the activity we had over the past 7 days. But here's my question to you.
Right.
We'll see here that there were 16 price changes and 24 canceled. And as we've talked about previously, what a number of agents will do when they want to either refresh the listing number or slink in a price change without calling it out is they'll cancel the listing and relist it as new, either with a price change or price drop or without.
Right.
We see here that 16 properties actually called out their price change.
Right.
What do you think of those two strategies to refresh a listing, bring in a price change, whatever?
Well, in fact, sometimes they'll cancel it and put it back on just because it's not fresh anymore.
Yes.
Refreshing. And so it's not necessarily due to a price change that they'll cancel and relist. But I've mentioned this to you before. To me, it's disingenuous to cancel something and put it on fresh. That said, I do it because if I'm the only guy out there with 100 days market time and everybody else is at 30 days market time because they've canceled 3 times, then I look like, the schlub that can't sell my property at the right price. When it may not be a pricing issue, it may just be a slower market. But
I'm seeing that on a couple of properties. I've just been scrolling up and down. A number of them did a price change.
You see them both as canceled and as new.
And I see that there's a different
know.
price.
Right. So, so the answer to your question is, do I do it? Yes. Do I like it? No. Do I think it works? Yes. 2 months ago when we were in the middle of COVID, nobody cared about market time, but I find that we're starting to get back and care about market time yet again. So I think we're going to see it happen more and more, as people try to keep their properties under 90 days market time to keep them looking fresh. And, again, canceling and relist them puts them on our hot sheet, and we talk about them and see them like we're doing this morning. So that's, of course, the other reason to do it.
I also do it or think about doing it because so many buyers are looking at properties themselves.
Oh, that's a really good point, Kyle. Some of our clients ask for search alerts and they don't, maybe the first time they get 100 properties. After that, they get new, just listed. And so if a property is going to be put in front of them, it has to be put in as new. But
not only that, they're looking for themselves on, which I don't recommend because there's a lot of bad data. Zillow, Redfin, all these various property sites. And if they see an old number or they see, it makes them think that there's, this is not a good property.
Right.
So, the way that MRED, which is our multiple listing service company, might have to think about how these apps advertise property, whether we take the listing number off or we go by, I don't know what it is, but
Right.
to help us keep accurate information so that we know what's going on rather
Right.
than,
And you know what, too? What I have used with my clients is the HomeSnap app. And HomeSnap is the app that is basically the MRED app, our multiple listing app. And anybody can use it. They just have to sign in. And the beauty of this app is it'll show you what the property is sold for. It'll show you what the property history is. So if they canceled and relisted, it'll show on there. So anybody who's watching, if you're interested in getting a link, contact Kyle or me, and we will get you in with this. And then you can see the true history of the property. And you can get
what is
some alerts
available
via HomeSnap as well. So
one of the other good things about HomeSnap is you can stand in a neighborhood on a Saturday or Sunday and ask, what's open?
yes,
What open houses are around me? And it'll tell you.
right.
So all good things. Okay, so that's the hot sheet. So there's activity, but it was also a holiday weekend. So there's a little bit less activity than I would have expected.
Right.
How about you?
Yeah, I
What have
think
you
we
got?
need to pick up.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
sorry, pending,
thing.
which I find to be also interesting because what it says is when a property goes from contingent, which means it's under contract, to pending, it means that those contingencies are gone and it's really getting ready to close. So the fact that there are 15 pendings, not every agent does the switch or enters the switch from contingent to pending in their in the MLS, but the smart ones do. And this shows you that there's a lot of pipeline for closings coming up. So that's
Right.
that's a positive sign that there are 15 pendings.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
I'm stopping share. There we go.
Okay, here we go. And I'm going to pull up some numbers I got off of InfoSparks last night. So this is number of new listings, new month, we've got new data. This is the June number here. 3,583 new listings in our market area. And you can see we had a great big V upswing from before. So in a typical year, I've got 3 years here. So in a typical year, here we are in December. Do you see my mouse?
I do.
Okay. So in a typical year, we're down here in December and then we come up. And so by April, May, we're in this range. And then we come down toward the end of the year again. So we had this huge decline in listings in March as people didn't want people in their homes. Now we've got more listings on the market. So homes for sale, this is everything on the market. New, 3,500, on the market, 5,190. And again,
that's pretty
we
low.
see yeah, it's not as, we don't have the inventory that we had for sure. We've got more listings, but not as many. And here are the under contracts. Again, a huge upsurge in under contracts in June, which is nice to see. So month supply, I love to talk about month supply. Month supply is the rate of sale. It's like slope. It's how many are selling compared to how many are on the market. And in all price ranges, we're at 4.9. That means it's a seller's market because we're under 6 months worth of inventory. And of course, the lowest rate of sale was in December, and now we're back up.
But to be fair, let's go back to that 4.9, and you said that's across all categories. We are seeing, wouldn't you agree, Anne, that some things are going like hotcakes.
Yes.
Some are not. The hotcakes are the entry level.
Right. And here it is on the graph. I pulled it up. And
oh, good. Look at you. Look at you.
So here we are, and this is by price range. So down here is the under 600,000 with less than 4 months worth of inventory. That stuff is flying.
Multiple offers.
Yes, 600 to a million to $1.5 million. And then as you get up to over $1.5 million, 17 and a half months worth of inventory. Just as you were mentioning in the Gold Coast, you'd only seen the one go under contract. We're seeing this across the board. But I have a really fun slide for you. You ready for this one?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we come. Median sales price. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Highest
pretty
in
high.
3 years.
Yep.
Highest in 3 years. And this is, you know, across the board, but I think this is a very encouraging sign for Chicago that prices continue to go up. And again, this is everything. So 425 may not be somebody's particular price range, but that's the median price. So there we go.
Well,
Very encouraging.
I think, would you agree that the median price is so high, or excuse me, has gone up so much this year, is due in large part to the buyers answering the siren call of low interest rates?
Oh, I think that's part of it. I also think that there's not as much inventory.
And
So
also pent-up demand. All these other
Right.
years that have been
Yeah.
slow, all these people are like, I gotta get out of paying these really high rents.
Well, and I don't know the numbers. We should do this next week. But for every percent of interest rate, the savings is such, and you know, I'm seeing people getting 3 and under 3% on their mortgage rates right now. So for those people who are watching, if you have not refinanced in the last year and a half, you should be talking to your lender, or we'll give you a lender, because you're just leaving money on the table,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Time to refinance.
Excellent.
All right. So that being said, did you have anything you wanted to talk about before we talk about our festival of the week?
No, let's talk about our festival of the week.
Okay. So again, I'm wearing my 4th of July scarf because we are,
Now I'm going to share my screen because I have some pictures
oh, good.
of,
Please do.
and then, so sharing screen, share, and here comes pictures of the Grant Park Music Festival.
Yay.
Now,
Which typically in a normal year will occur all summer long, but go
from
ahead.
early June to mid-August. I mean, just incredible. And Anne lives in the backyard of the Grant Park Music Festival, so I'll let her tell personal stories, but this is what I looked up. So it's a 10-week musical, classical music concert series with the Grant Park Symphony Orchestra and the Grant Park Chorus, plus guest conductors, plus guest musicians. And this Grant Park Symphony is full of musicians.
Click on the picture to your right there, Kyle. Bring it up to the screen.
Which one?
Of the,
This guy?
that one. Yeah. Bring that guy up.
Okay, that's as much up. Let's see if I
There
can.
you go.
Let's see.
Oh, it's going to bring up the WFMT website probably, huh?
Yeah, some announcement.
Yeah.
God's sake. There we go. Bye-bye. So I would love to make this better than it is, but so what you're seeing, I wish I could zoom. They probably can, but it's people, it's lawns. Okay, that doesn't help at all.
Well, that gives you a sense over on the right side there. Yeah, that's the beginning of the night. It looks like that with the daylight due to our lovely long hours. And then as night comes, you get to see the city lights. And yeah, so I can't tell you, that is probably the biggest thing I missed this summer is the Grant Park Music Festival. I take my little wagon and I walk down the street, and on Wednesday nights, I meet my buddies. Brenda, hi if you're watching. And we spread out and we listen to the music and we drink our wine, and you know, it's free. Right there. It is one of the finest things. And anyway, it's just phenomenal. And they do everything they do Broadway show tunes, one concert, they'll do classical. So anyway, it is a great event. And so if you live around this, then you get to go to the concerts, you know, a block away. You get to sometimes be on your balcony and hear the music. And then the other thing is on the 4th of July, they have the traditional 4th of July concert with the fireworks. And of course, we get Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, as every good 4th of July show includes. And anyway, just gives me chills thinking about it. It's so great. So let's talk about properties around Grant Park. Do you want to go first?
I created, for once in my life, a little slide deck using Canva, people.
Okay.
So I got 3
Make
properties.
it as big as you can make it.
That's as big as this one is made. Because
Okay.
this one was filmed, this camera shot was up and
Okay.
down, so otherwise you couldn't see it. This is
Okay.
340 East Randolph Street.
Right.
And it's a condo building amidst a number of office buildings and other condo buildings. But
Right. So it's right next to the Blue Cross Blue Shield building, if people use that as a landmark.
and
Next to Aon.
and exactly, and it is it is a incredible. So I've given you 3 properties at 3 different price points, all really high up in the sky in this area that is within walking distance of the Grant Park Music Festival. So this one overlooks the park. This is on the market for just under $4 million. And it's 4,268 square feet of beauty. So here's the living room during the day. Here it is in the evening. I'm so sorry. Is that beautiful or what?
That's lovely.
This is the view from the living room. Look at that. And here's the band shell, and it's all the Grant Park Music Festival goers, including Ann Rossley, are seated in these areas here. And then, oh, see.
Oh, the balcony with the view. That's fantastic. Oh
So
my
you sit
God.
here and listen to the music all night long. There it is, another night view of that. Look at how beautiful that is.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so that is, it's a beautiful condo, lots of bedrooms overlooking the city, the park, the lake, gorgeous. So that's what you get for $4 million.
Okay.
And I dropped down to $775,000. All of these are on the market right now for $775,000. The Aqua building, this is unit 5410. So that's Aqua by Jeannie Gang. And it's an incredibly iconic building in Lakeshore East.
Now the lower part is the Radisson Blue
Yes.
Hotel.
And you gain something from having a hotel in your building. Sometimes you get a tad more service for a little less price. So there are good things for living in a hotel. So this is the view. So you can see it's a much smaller apartment, smaller living room, dining room space, but and I've only given you some pictures, but that's the view you get from this beautiful apartment. And also, please look, balcony.
A wavy balcony.
A wavy balcony, yes. And so that's the kitchen. It's not a big, expansive kitchen like you'll get for $4 million, but hey, sitting there having breakfast with a cup of coffee looking out at the lake, not all bad. So that's one of the balconies. There are 2 private balconies on this. And this is a split 2-bedroom, 2-bath floor plan with 2 balconies.
So you actually get a little shot of Pritzker Pavilion there, which is interesting because this building does not front the park. So that should be noted. We're in Lakeshore East here. So we're between Michigan Avenue and the lake, south of the river.
Yeah.
If somebody's looking for
Got a nice shot of the Aon building, but you do have the band shell from this angle.
Yep.
But one of this is a high amenity building. In the COVID era, you don't get to use all the amenities, but we're going to come out of this at some point. So there's, so this one is pretty incredible. They got an indoor and an outdoor pool, running track, basketball court, party room, movie theater, game room, fitness center, sauna, steam room, picnic area, and more in a 2-acre private park on the 3rd floor.
There you go.
Pretty crazy, pretty great. So that's for $775,000.
Mhm.
And that's, but you know, for 775 and all of that, you get 1,170 square feet,
Okay.
a quarter the size of the,
340 Randolph. Yeah.
that's more of you. Then I chose a one bedroom at 65 East Monroe. Again, very high up, 46th floor. You'll remember 65 East Monroe, or I do at least, because at one point I was a lawyer, as one of the office buildings that housed a number of law firms. It used to be an
Mhm.
office building, and still there are still offices in the building, but
Right.
much of the
Lower
building,
floors.
the higher floors have been converted to condos.
That
And
is a
for about,
Lucien Lagrange conversion or
oh, okay.
design. Yeah.
And so this is that building. It's right up against Wabash Street and Monroe Street, across from the University Club,
Hmm.
just a block from the lake, a block from the Art Institute. So really a great location. And so I guess even smaller still, but a view. This is a west-facing view, so you're going to get light.
What's the
All
price on this one, Kyle?
this one is $350 for one bedroom, and I'm going to show you the layout. I've got a floor plan to show you sort of. So here, this is your living space. I believe this is the washer dryer too. So hey, pretty great. Um, then as you'll see, it's an interior bedroom, and you'll see that the light comes in through the open space here. That may be a piece of glass, it may be open, but that's what a number of these office and loft conversions do for their bedrooms, is they use those as the interior space.
Right.
So here is the layout.
Oh, here we go with the floor plan. Thank you.
Don't we
Love the floor plan.
love it? Love the floor plan.
Okay, so nice size bedroom. Wow, what's interesting is, is the washer dryer in that closet there that's not shown on the floor plan? Probably.
There is a washer dryer, because I saw it in the photos, but it didn't show where it was. So either
Okay.
this is a coat closet, because I don't see the coat closet. This may be the coat closet.
Or that could be the washer and dryer back there.
Yeah.
Either way. But the point is, for under 400,000, you can walk to your work in the Loop. You can walk to the concerts. You've got a balcony, a washer and dryer. That's
And this
pretty
building
sweet.
has amenities too. It has a theater, an indoor pool, a gym, a lake view party room and barbecue area, sun deck, atrium, whirlpool, and rooftop garden.
Yeah,
So
the amenities are very pretty in this building.
yeah. So 3 price points here. What do you got?
Well, let me show you. We're almost out of time here, so I'll do this pretty quickly. Here we go. Oh,
hello, puppies.
Okay, so I wanted to show you. Okay, this is my list. This is how I was preparing.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay, so these are all the ones that I was going to talk about today, and you took my 340 Randolph, which was one that I think is a great one to talk about. This is in my building where I live. Let me pull this out more.
It's a great building.
This is the Blue Beehive building. And this is the OO unit. So this is northeast corner. And you can see the Blue Cross Blue Shield building here. This has lovely views. It does not have the floor to ceiling windows, and it does not
Wait,
have.
go back. Can you go back one?
Sure.
Look at the architectural details you see of the building next door.
That's the Railway Exchange building. Isn't that glorious?
That is
They do
so
a
cool.
Yeah, that is really, it's lovely. This building, what it offers is very, very quiet. It's got high amenities in the sense that wood mode cabinetry, it vents out so you don't smell your neighbor's cooking. Open kitchen. So there you go. There's that one. And then the other one.
What's that price? Oh, $899. That's a nice.
Yeah, it's a good price point. Okay, so the other one I wanted to show, and here's the caveat that I wanted to talk about this week.
Hmm.
And that is, everybody, if you're going into new construction, bring your realtor along, because it's not going to cost you another penny. And there's so many reasons to have an agent with you to make sure that you're getting the most from the builder that you can. This is the Cirrus building. This
Yeah.
is the long anticipated, going in, the last to be built in Lakeshore East. Currently under construction. You can see it from Lakeshore Drive. These are their rendering.
This that they're talking
But
about.
you can kind of see where we are here. This is just north of 195 Harbor. It's 211 Harbor. We're facing the lake and Navy Pier here.
Breaking some
It's just
hearts. for
being
all the
built.
people.
It's like
Yeah.
being built up to this level right now. So, and then you'll have the park and access to the lakefront. As all, you know, new construction, it's higher on a price per square foot basis. This is Magellan, like the rest of that area. So again, here's a 3-bedroom, 1638 square feet. And you can see it's got kind of these funny jig jags, which is, you know, interesting. It's got the living dining open to the kitchen, which opens to the terrace here, which gives you your view. Nice big master bedroom and the split plan with the bed. So it's a, you know, I think it's a pretty nice floor plan for 1,600 square feet. This is a little squishy over here, but
I don't like the jig jags when the jig jags are just the windows. It's when the
Oh,
jig jags are the walls that make.
right, like a Marina Towers or.
Yeah, my God.
Yeah.
Try and find furniture to go in there. Yeah.
So, but anyway, as I said, important for our viewers to pay attention, to bring their realtor the first time they go in, so the realtor can help them put it in context, because otherwise they don't get represented in the purchase of their new construction condominium. So I think that was it. Oh, there was one interesting one at the Garland I wanted to show you. The Garland, excuse me, 130 Garland, the Heritage. Look at this. It's got the 2-story
Ooh.
vacant now. That wasn't the one though. This is the one. 28th floor. Isn't this pretty? So this looks east. You can see where we're looking.
Wow. Not too high up, so you really get a sense of where everything is. And
But look at this. You've got a little terrace here. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that pretty?
Is that private? Is that a private deck?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's the price on this one?
Let me tell you. 3,000,004 reduced from 3,000,007.
A
It's
bargain.
4,000 square feet. So this is an interesting juxtaposition to the one you showed at 340 Randolph. So anyhow, so that's what I have for the day.
Well, listen, if you want to see any of these or anything else, let us know. We'd love to show you.
We would love to show it to you. And if you have questions about real estate in general, we're always here for you. Give us a ring, send us a message. If you have any questions you'd like us to address on our Monday morning coffee, we're happy to do so. Anything else for the group?
Nope. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you
Thank
next week.
See you next time. Bye-bye.